All new shows to listen to on Spectrum on Air. Reggae. Ooh, yeah. Rock and roll jukebox.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready. Now go, cat, but don't you step on my blue shoe.
And country go. All new shows on Spectrum on Air. Visit our website on spectrumonair.com or listen on Mixcloud Live.
Don't forget, you can listen to this radio station on the Get Me Radio platform. Download the Get Me Radio app and listen on your Android or Apple mobile phone, and a whole range of TV apps such as Roku, Fire, Android and Apple TV. You can also listen on Alexa and Google Home devices. Just search for Get Me Radio. Download the apps and listen to this radio station on your favourite devices.
Hello, I'm Mike Barry, and every weekday morning between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, I'm joined by my cocktail Ken, his girlfriend Canetta, a very young cocktail called Clive, and Barney the puppy dog. Well, we bring you an hour of madness and some good music. So why not join me for breakfast on Spectrum on Air, the colourful voice of radio.
New smart apps with our advanced ways for viewing. XP TV One. You can now view us on Samsung Galaxy Store, Apple App Store, Google Play, Roku, Samsung Smart TV's App Store, and Apple TV, Huawei, Amazon Fire Stick, and App Store. XP TV One. Tomorrow's TV broadcasting today.
You are listening to Spectrum on Air. The colourful voice of radio.
It's another episode of the Bandcamp Hour. My name is Cybertronics. I'm here with my work wife, the lovely Maya Kamara, the one, the talented Maya Kamara. How are you this week?
I'm all right. I'm flailing a little bit. My emergency light's flashing. I didn't get enough fuel last night. Didn't get enough sleep, but I'm all right.
It's your own fault though, because what were you doing?
Songwriting.
Your passion, at least it was a worthwhile endeavor. You told me that you tried to go to sleep. You got a massive glass of wine. It didn't work. You couldn't switch off. And then you went on to the coffee instead.
Yeah. And when I say massive, can you see how big this glass is?
Yeah. Well, sort of. No, quite big. Yeah. I can kind of see.
Basically, this glass takes half a bottle.
Really? Wow. That is a big glass of wine. It's a big glass. Well, talking of wine, I went out for a meal last night and I decided to break my vow of celibacy, and I actually had 2 glasses of wine with the meal. They were very, very nice, really good wine.
But you haven't had any alcohol since Christmas, so good for you, friend.
4 months on the dot. 4 months on the dot.
Well, I think it was about time that you broke that, to be fair.
I enjoyed it, to be honest. It was nice. 2 big glasses, lovely.
It probably knocked you out, though. If you've not drunk that long, you probably got tipsy.
Not at all. Not at all. I felt totally normal.
In other words, he ate a big dinner and it soaked it up.
Well, I had a huge pizza with it. They had like this Sicilian starters, all fried stuff. I had a bit of pasta. It was pretty nice.
I need to come to Italy just for the food. I remember the food, man.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
so good.
Actually, while I was at dinner, I accidentally swallowed some food colouring, but I went to I accidentally swallowed some food colouring. But I went to the doctors today.
Well, this is a dad joke, I can tell.
He says I'm fine, but I feel like I've died inside.
Yeah, I knew it was a dad joke. I was thinking, well, how do you... Anyway, shouts out to those of you in the chat. Big loves to I Am Milan, OAG, Craig Packman. I see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, people. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Who have we got from OAG? Both of them or you can't tell? Ewan, right. Okay.
Yeah, Ewan. Sorry, I can't read very well. It's one of them days. I'm hoping, I'm already on the alcohol. I've got Tia Maria and Coke right now.
Oh, man, I wouldn't mind one of those.
Look, it's a Saturday afternoon. It's sunny.
It's not Saturday, though.
See, Sunday. See, there you go.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hang on. My computer's doing something crazy, which needs to be immediately sorted out. So
I'm all over the place. See, that's how you know that I'm not with it today. My apologies, guys. At least I'm here. I might have got the day wrong, but I'm here.
Yes. All right. Here. Okay, you're here and we're ready to go. And let's give the people in the chat what they've been looking forward to, which is some music. Right.
Who are we going to kick things off with?
No idea. Oh, no. I've got some shout outs first. Right. Okay. I tell you what, this is what we'll do. We'll start. We'll start with the shout-outs and then we'll play something.
Okay.
Yeah, from the start. So it's been a fantastic week at Retro Reverb Records. We had our first managers meeting, which was really nice, really positive. Lots of great ideas shared there. So hopefully that will be kicking us forward as a label and helping us bring some new ideas. One of them, which Maya just told me today, is that we're going to try and stream this live on TikTok next week. That should be fun. So be another avenue for people to come and listen to the show. But we've also signed 2 new acts this week, and one of them I'm super pleased. Thanks. Actually, big shout out goes out to Maya, who acted as A&R in this one for us. And we did play one of their tracks last week, which I've actually flipping forgotten the name of. HL.
I think it's
Heartfelt, Heart Love. Oh, I can't remember. It's a really good track.
I'm not with it today. Forgive me, people.
Don't worry. Anyway. But their name is Saturday AM, and they're from America. So they're a duo, 2 boys. We really enjoyed that track last week, and it led to conversations throughout the week. And they just finally decided to commit and sent me the contract early this morning, so I'm happy to announce them and welcome them to the Retro Reverb Records family. And we will be playing. Oh, it was called Heart
First. Yeah.
So you can see it in the discography there. And we're going to play Inside Out by them as the first track of the day. It's a little shout out to them. And then we also signed our first artist in India, which is exciting, which is part of the world that
you signed him.
Yeah, Vinc's there. He's been in the chat. He said hello.
Okay.
Yeah, he's there. He had that track Cybro that we played.
He had that insane track that we were like, wow. Yeah. Oh, nice one.
Honestly, if I'm gonna play it again today because I love it. I was listening to it this morning.
So things are expanding over there in Retro Reverb land.
Yeah, and then you've heard the new collaboration track that we've got going on. I'm really excited about that.
That was fire. That track you sent me.
Yeah, I'm just going over to live now. Should be able to see us. No, not yet. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, there I am. Oh, my God, I'm famous. I'm on TV. Wow. Look at me.
Cole's all excited, guys.
Pretty handsome, man. Look at my son.
Oh, check you out. Wow. Modesty did not fall short.
I'm joking. Right, okay. It's a bit awkward because I can see myself. I should stop looking to the side. I'm definitely better front on. Right, okay. Right.
Well, with that, let's play something.
Let's play Inside Out. Let's play Inside Out by...
So you mean Outside In, my friend?
Yeah, same one. Don't get smart. Come on, right? Same ways. Inside Out, Outside In. Who cares? All right. Right, we're going to play Outside In by
Saturday AM.
To support this track, you can go to saturdayam.bandcamp.com. That's Saturday as in the word, and then AM as in the morning. Tags are, what are the tags, Maya? Come on.
The tags are pop, rock and roll, pop rock, synth pop, and Seattle. And if you're wondering what the cover art looks like, it's a really
don't bring me out. Hold on. I'll get there.
It's a cool photo of the guys looking very handsome and very handsome, very very nice.
They're very handsome chaps, aren't they?
They are. They're very good looking fellas.
Yeah,
and very stylish too. Just saying.
Yeah, here they are, and they both look really young as well.
They look fierce. That's a great shot.
Yeah, they're a little bit older than I thought they were, though. I'll be honest. I can't rotate that one. That's the best I can do. Sorry.
I'll take myself down to it's a bit
that's
bigger.
The best I can do. So yeah, there you go. They've got like Terminator style jackets on. I would say like one of them's Arnie and the other one's the guy sent back from the future. What's his name? Reese, I think it is in Terminator 2.
Okay.
So one of them's Arnold Schwarzenegger. The dark-haired one is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the blonde one is Reese. They're in like a side street with a street lamp behind them and a brick wall. And then in the bottom, it says Inside Out in yellow. Okay. All right. I think that does it justice. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get going.
Let's get going. On to the music. First track of the day.
I'm on
And we are back in the house. I better put my camera on for all the people out there. Here. Oh, I'm inside.
How did you manage to do that?
What, upside down?
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's
upside down for you to me. Inside.
See, that's quite good. Right.
People really like that one in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not still upside down live. That's disconcerting. Right. I like
only
that
because
one
of the
too.
delay. Only because of the delay. That's a really great synth pop track. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just do this though. You are listening to Spectrum on Air. We are live on Mixcloud, YouTube, and that's it, right? This show is also brought to you by Retro Synth Radio. Let's do a little shout out to April O'Neill, who is taking some time off due to some health problems she has. Hopefully, Retro Synth Radio will be back and stronger than ever when she returns. And in interim, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I'm sure they'll be working at ways to continue to get the shows out. But in the meantime, we're on Spectrum on Air on Mixcloud. You can find us. We're repeated throughout the week there as well. And we're on YouTube live now. And you can go and watch that after the event whenever you like. Right. Maya.
Cool.
Let's do it. Talk to me. So we've
Right.
got our little system. Right.
We've got our little categories now.
Yeah, I've decided it's lacking. Right, I don't like it because I feel like we always get to the point where we're just basically giving 10 out of 10, and we don't want to give 10 out of 10 because only like the super most amazing, most sparkly, bestest tunes Everest get 10 out of 10.
So how are we doing this then?
1, emotion and atmosphere. 2, artwork and visual identity. 3, structure and flow. 4, production and mix. 5, originality and style. And we're going for half points.
I'm sure that's the same categories we had before.
Yeah, but I've done each. It's not just production; it's production and mix, structure and flow.
Check you out. He's expanded the category.
I've allowed more. So basically, we can pick holes and not give them 10 out of 10 when they don't.
Okay, so what's the first one?
In the shade.
Right, in the shade. So what's the first one?
Emotion and atmosphere.
Okay, atmosphere. I'm definitely going to give it a point for that. It made me want to get in the car.
You can't give it a point. You can only give it half a point because emotion is half a point as well. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it half a point for each then. How about that, friend?
All right. I'll stick that in my emotional pipe and smoke it.
I'm going to give that half a point for each. No, it's a feel-good track. It makes you want to get in the car and drive somewhere in the sunshine and just be vibing and singing. And it's a feel-good track. I love the vocals on that. Great performance vocally.
Yeah.
Production and mix, yeah, no issues with that. I thought that sounded cool. Flow was one of your categories?
Structure and flow.
Yeah, it flowed well. Structures well. What was the other one? Uniqueness, originality.
So we had originality and style.
It's hard to do originality in a retro scene.
It is.
It's hard. So, okay, I'll give that a half point, that side.
It had style. It definitely had style.
Oh, it definitely has style. These guys drip style.
Yeah.
Do
we think he's got a unique voice? Quite unique.
It's quite unique, but quite classic at the same time.
Yes.
It's not unique like, oh, he's different. But it's a good, strong vocal. So I would probably give this 4 out of 5 stars.
Cool.
Overall.
All right. I agree with you on emotion and atmosphere. Definitely. The vocals had a lot of emotion. The atmosphere, it did create an image in the mind, like a situation. I thought the artwork was fine. It looked pretty retro, strong retro aesthetics.
Nice when an artist uses their own photo. It's rare these days.
Like coherence between the artwork and the track, I felt. Structure and flow, I thought there was decent progression, good build up, the arrangement, solid sort of pop arrangement. Didn't have any problems with the sonic quality of it. Like it sounded good. I think I'm going to drop a point as well, or half a point, for just in the uniqueness, originality, and style thing. Just because we can't give them 10, so
yeah. I mean, look, I'm just gonna say
for me, 4.5.
To those listening, for me to give it a 5-star, it has to be one of them songs that I'm willing to play on repeat 10 times in a row. So it's quite high to get 5 stars from me. So 4 is very high. So just saying.
4 and a 4, 8.
That's
Boom
decent.
shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Awesome. Okay, so
Maya, can I ask you a question though? Have you ever had any of your music taken down by streaming services?
A collaboration, I did, yes.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about this very briefly. It's so frustrating, right? So you submit, like, as a label, we submit to loads of playlisters. Anyway, we had a warning about like artificial streams or something. So we don't pay anyone. We don't use any of these sort of like, oh, get your music up, get heard. All of that BS that goes up on like social media. Don't pay for those services. They're a waste of time and money and false investment. But we do a lot of playlist submission. And what really frustrates me is that when it happens, they say, oh, could you tell us which playlist it might possibly be? How the hell do we know? How am I meant to know who's using bots or not? I can't tell, yeah? And if I've submitted to 30, 40 playlists, I've got no idea. So that leaves me no real sort of point to come back at. And then you write to DistroKid or whoever your streaming provider is, and they say, speak to Spotify. You write to Spotify, they say, speak to DistroKid.
Yeah, and you're just in this tunnel of going back and forth between the different entities, yeah.
I'm surely they should be able to say, this playlist has been, we think it's got suspicious activity on it. And
I'll be honest, even if they can, because the instance I had was I did a duet track with Rogue FX, and we spotted that the track had been put on a bot playlist. We notified them. So you would think if you're the one notifying them that they'd give you some grace, saying, oh, appreciate that. No, they pulled the track, even though we told them.
They should pull the playlist, not the flipping track. It's not the... Unless that playlist is your playlist and you're using bots. Basically, if you've got a playlist and you've decided to use bots on your playlist, that's your fault. So basically, the person who is using bots should be the one who suffers, not the people who are just submitting. It's really very frustrating. The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
To be honest, I don't know how we'd find out. I'm curious to know, because I know many artists where that's happened.
So do I.
I'm curious to know... With all of the revenue that Spotify generates from these playlists, even with bot streams, what do they do with that money? Because I know they're not sending it back out there into the ether, and they're not giving it to the artist who's been on the bot playlist. So what are they doing there?
It is probably something legal that's the reason that it's working the way it is. It just makes no common sense. It's from a customer service point of view. If you're paying for a service and somebody else is doing something wrong, why on earth are you the one who gets punished? It makes no sense. You're paying for something, you're being punished for something that somebody else is doing.
I know.
We'll find out. It's insane. It's insane.
I've got a bit of a bone to pick with Spotify currently anyway, purely because, I don't know if you're aware of this, they're trying to introduce this feature that any pro account holder can take any song from anywhere, cut and splice it and remix it how they see fit. Now that really irks me because, one, how do you monitor the copyright on that? How does that affect your streams on that? How does that affect your pay on that? And you know,
and also they could do something horrifically offensive or rubbish with your tune, and then somebody else could pick up that version, buy it, sell it, like use it on an ad or something.
And you're not making any profit from that.
Yeah, exactly. Just, no, it takes
I've got a real issue with that. I think
by the way,
it's come about because they I think they're trying to copy TikTok's feature of remixing and doing bits and pieces, but Yeah, it doesn't sit well with me. So I'm hoping that they don't manage to pull that through, because that's just going to piss off so many people.
I can see in the chat, Future Analog saying it's to do with the music industry not being regulated. I mean, there are, maybe.
Yeah, but here's the issue. When a major artist like Taylor Swift or whoever ends up on a bot playlist, they just leave it. They only penalize the smaller artists. So, two-tier system.
Yeah, well, also they've got the system that prioritizes payment to the bigger artists as well, which is totally awesome.
Exactly. So, but anyway, that's why we like Bandcamp. That's why we're here promoting Bandcamp and artists on Bandcamp. And yeah, with that, let's play some new music.
Yes.
Who should we choose next, friend?
Okay, I like this being able to choose.
You always choose. What are you talking about, mate?
No, but I've got a whole list. What were yours? Let's do one of yours. What were yours?
One of mine was by Kai, aka Valley Lights.
Let's do that.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm on it. You start with the description. I'll just get down into
okay, so
Zoom and sort it out.
So the song is called Indiscretions, and the description says, "Can you keep a secret? I promise I won't tell." Indiscretions, the new single by Los Angeles-based synthwave act Valley Lights, explores the dizzying duplicitous nature of love and lust under the club lights of the Sunset Strip. Bright funk guitars, groovy arpeggiated bass lines, and singer Kai Musama's soulful vocals come together in this danceable, naughty homage to dance floor regrets. And side note, this one is mixed and produced by Kai, James Mays, Hugo Palmer, and it's mastered by Pete Maher. And I believe Michael Oakley's had a little bit of involvement with this track. I hear that in the grapevine.
Nice.
So that's an interesting one. For those of you who maybe are new to Valley Lights, he is one of the Outland record artists. And his biography says Valley Lights is an up-and-coming synthwave artist from Los Angeles, California, combining elements of synthwave, pop, and rock. Valley Lights creates a blend of exhilarating music and cinematic lyrics, transporting you to a world of love, loss, and excitement set against the backdrop of sun-drenched California coastlines.
Right,
So, yeah.
Thank you for that. That was excellent. So I'll do the artwork then. So the artwork, as you can see, is a woman. It's all sort of red light in the image, and she has got her finger over her lips, like in the motion. I don't think there's much more to say about that. It looks like one of those, when you in a red room when you're having the photos developed, like those old.
Yes, it does. It does have that kind of air, and I guess the red and pink hue gives it almost like a sexiness to it.
Well, the red does, yeah. I mean, and it's quite a sort of sensual picture, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. The tags to this one are electronic, indie pop, retrowave, synthwave, and Los Angeles.
And I can see in the thumbnails our friend over there, Rogue FX, is a supporter of this one. So
yes,
he liked it. Did you read the little description? I can't remember. Sorry,
I did. Yeah,
I wasn't focusing.
I did. So for those of you who would like to support this one, it's valleylightsofficial.bandcamp. So that's VALLEYlightsofficial.bandcamp.com.
Right. Thank you very much, Ma. Let's get into it.
You always show your teeth when you're smiling.
I just wanted to let you know that I miss you. Call me back. You still owe me that drink.
And we are back on air. My name is Cybertronics. I'm here with Maya Kamara. This is episode 60 of the Bandcamp Hour. Don't forget, if you log into Daily Playlists and enter the code retroreverb20, you can get 20% off your pro account and all of the submissions and features that go along with that. It's an excellent service, talking about submitting to streams, to playlists, but it is a good service. Although who knows if some of them are using bots or not. I think if playlists are not already doing something about that, then they probably should, but I don't know if they are or they aren't. Maya, listen, did you know that if you fart and sneeze at the same time, your body takes a screenshot?
Oh, mate.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well,
oh dear.
did I tell you that I'm writing a book about glue?
You can't put it down.
I'm stuck on the first page.
Ah. Close.
bad.
I nearly got it. I nearly got it.
Nearly got it.
That one, barbecue music, man. Just summer vibes, barbecue, drinks, people having a nice time out in the garden, late afternoon kind of thing. Funky, you can dance to it. Lovely vocals. Really liked his voice. The quality of his voice really went with the track. Funk all over that, everywhere. Enjoyable, basically. A good track.
So, with that being said, you've got to give it a ranking for emotions, production and flow, all that stuff.
All right. You're right. I did introduce that myself, didn't I? Right. Emotion and atmosphere. Yeah. All right. So atmosphere, definitely. So I've got the whole barbecue image in my head. It just made me think of the summer. Definitely loads of funk going on and just the sounds and everything like that. The artwork and visual identity, right, okay. Not quite so much, maybe, because it was giving this like sexy indiscretion, and it's about a relationship, isn't it? I know the words were talking about that, but I'm not sure that I felt that the sound and the artwork connected on that. So I'm maybe going to drop a little bit of a point there. Structure and flow, good. Nothing wrong with that at all. Production mix sounded good to me. Originality and style, I'm going to say style, yes. I thought it had style all over it. I maybe drop another half a point for originality. I have heard other funk songs similar to it, but I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to say 4.
Okay. Well, I'm in agreement with some of our friends over in the chat. I Am Milan says loads of ear candy. I totally agree with that. Craig says it's catchy. I agree with that also.
Yeah, me too.
If for me, going through those different elements, the cover art, I do think that the image matched the track and the sentiment of the track. The only bugbear I have, and this is just a Mayerism, I know a lot of people don't care about this, but I have an issue when artwork doesn't contain the artist's name or the song title. I don't like it when it's just a photo.
Yeah, I mean, it is a creative choice. I know what you mean.
It is. For me, I'm like, even if it's somewhere small, sneak it in there. Just
I think so.
We know.
It's almost like a missed opportunity to
So it's a personal bugbear of mine. But with that being said, because I remember when Kai first came on the scene and I picked up his album, 2 Lane Highway. And I've got to say, this is a very different sound for him. He's usually more on the sort of classic synth wave with a slightly rocky edge. So for him to touch on the sort of future funk vibes was quite an interesting choice for him to do, but I like it. I think it worked well. Definitely gives you evening summer vibes with, drinks, garden party, pims, that kind of vibe, like, rosé wine in the sun, like that kind of vibe for sure. So with that, to score the atmosphere, I definitely give it a point for that. production and flow, really cool. There was lots of really interesting sounds and ear candy and chops that were thrown in there.
I like the ending as well, actually. I thought the ending
really nice ending.
Yeah.
Which kind of gives, almost like a nod to the sort of classic telephone voicemail answering machine.
Yeah, very retro.
Very retro. I'm digging that. It sounded like there was a mix of live instruments as well as digital instruments, which I really like. So for that, I'm going to give it a point. His vocals were really well sung and really well produced as well. So I would have to say this is probably another 4 out of 5 for me.
All right, 8 out of 10 again. So to be honest,
two strong songs to kick the show off.
To start the show with. Got some people in the chat who I'm not familiar with. We've got Sinister Intelligent Agency. Hello, hi there. Not familiar with him. Do you know who that is, Maya? Have you come across them?
I don't know. No? So thanks for joining us and for engaging in the chat. Nice to see you.
Right. Listen, Maya, I was struck the other day by the fact that I'm getting older. And as an older man.
That happens to us all day by day, friend. What's your point?
I was talking to Nick, I was getting older. Anyway, I was told, that, there's things that are available for older men, for example, Viagra. But Viagra, Viagra won't make you James Bond, but it will make you Roger Moore.
Oh, no. Oh, for crying out loud.
I know Paul's in there laughing. I'm sure he's in there laughing for that one.
Craig's like, dad joke. Oh,
Viagra shock.
Do you know what? That is probably one of the better dad jokes. I like the ones that take a little bit more intelligence. So I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
Easy now. Right, okay. Dad joke extraordinaire. And my part-time comedian? Not. Right, okay. Yeah, no. Next. Right. I'll tell you what we've got. We've got Skylane Drive. These are the options. Sorry. Skylane Drive. We both chose, so we both like. And
we did both choose that, yeah.
That's a retro synth records release. We've got, is it Weiss? W-I-C-A, Weiss?
I think it's Weiss, yeah. It's like, nice with the W instead of the N. Yeah, Weiss.
We've got Bravo. We can do L'Avenue.
Should we do something instrumental?
No.
No. That's me, Toad. I'm thinking because we've actually
let's not do something
it might be a nice pivot.
No, I want to do OAG, actually. Can we move on to them?
Yeah, let's do them. Why not?
Yeah, we'll do something instrumental next, I promise. All right.
I'm only trying to switch it up, friend. But let's go with OAG.
Let's go with OAG because also this is available on 4-panel Digipack CD. And this is their album that has just been released through us. They did a series of singles leading up to it. And we are going to play my favorite track from the album. Why couldn't I see the playlist? Oh, okay. Which is called Damage. And it is the Walter Alienson remix. I think Walter is over there on Aztec Records. Have you heard of him before?
No, but I did notice he's on our playlist today. So we're playing one of his songs today as well.
Yeah, he's got another song out, something to do with an alien or something like that. Yeah.
For those of you who aren't that familiar with OAG, I'm going to read you the biog on the Bandcamp. It says, OAG is an electronic duo composed of Ewan Bedford from the UK and Wesley Reed from the US, creating synth-pop, synthwave music. They take their inspiration from the great artists of the 80s and 90s era of pop, including Yazoo, Depeche Mode, Erasure, Pet Shop Boys, OMD, to name just a few.
Do you want to go on and talk about the artwork as well?
Yeah, so the artwork, I'm going to take my camera down if you decide to share that with the friends.
Yeah, right.
The artwork is an old shop storefront that looks closed and looks abandoned, and it's covered in graffiti, and images have been superimposed on the front, which I'm assuming is some of their single covers. The Retro Reverb Records logo is included in that. Like classic 80s street gritty graffiti art.
I think it looks like a vinyl shop.
It looks like a vinyl shop. To be honest, it looks like a London storefront.
Really? I got more New York actually, but it could be.
I don't know. It's giving me sort of London vibes. Could be wrong. So yeah, it's very busy cover art in terms of colours and things going on. So if you want a close look, I advise you go on the Bandcamp and click into the image where it will blow up and you can look in all the different tags. What is cool is that Wes R is actually graffitied next to the title Reimagined, and Ewan is also graffitied on the other side. So the fact that their names are imposed on the shop front is actually a really nice touch.
Yeah.
I like
Okay. To support this, you can go to oagmusic.bandcamp.com. I haven't got the album description up because I'm on the single, but there is an album description in there.
Yeah, I think it says packaged in 4-digi.
No, that's the CD description, I think.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I can get to that. No, it's the same. It says the same thing.
Okay. No
So it says packaged in a four-panel digipack. This CD looks like it could have been pulled straight from the racks of a forgotten record shop in 1984. The artwork captures the moody, perfectly neon signage, cracked walls, and the ghost of past pop culture hanging in the air. It's a love letter to the overlooked corners of the synth pop era when the music wasn't glossy, but it meant something. For fans of vintage design, analog charm, and music that feels like it came from the heart of a worn-out Walkman.
There we go. Right, I've heard both versions of this song. They're both cool. The original's a bit grittier, but this is my favorite track on the album. So we're going to play Damage by OAG.
The pain I feel inside is because of you. Somebody tell me, what can I do? I feel desire, fire, losing all my control. This anguish deep inside me is true. You bring the damage again. I feel you deep inside, like a point of a knife. I cover my eyes, but I see you again. I know you walk behind a silhouette and half light. You shouldn't be here, you're not my friend. You bring the damage the damage again.
And we are back in the house. This is episode 60 of the Bandcamp Hour. I'm here with Mike Amara, and my name is Cybertronics. This show is the show dedicated to trying to bring you all of the latest releases on Bandcamp, independent and some signed artists too. We weed through all of the chaff so that you don't have to. Right, Maya, I've listened to that track many times. I love the bass guitar in it. It's one of my favorite parts of it. But let's start with you, and you tell me what you thought.
Feel like we're having a bit of a future funk moment between that track and the last one.
Yeah.
I like. Do you know what? It's kind of giving me like subtle Jamiroquai vibes. Subtle Jamiroquai vibes. I think it's the funk and that bass line. I like the vocal on it, gotta say. Feeling that. Ewan was in the chat saying, I'm kind of dancing to my own track. Is it wrong? I was like, no, we all do. Yeah, great.
It's
great
odd
remix.
because Wes from OAG, that's his least favorite track on the EP. He said to me, it's funny how what people like and don't like and what you think will do as an artist when you've got an album out. Sometimes you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is the one that's going to do well, and then another one picks up. And if you
that happens to me all the time with my music, so. I know what. And
honestly, when you do A&R as well, like you'd be surprised what people do and don't like. So that's something I've taken into being owner of a record label. It's just doesn't matter what I think.
Well, I think because you mentioned it from the artist's perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can be too close to the track. Like we have an emotional tie to some of the content maybe, or maybe the subject matter, or maybe we just have memories of slogging it out in the studio for hours working on that one bit or whatever the case may be. Whereas when you're just your standard listener, either it's you want something to just vibe to or dance to, or something that's going to just fit the ambience right, or whatever the case may be. So we are listening for different reasons as the listener.
Yeah, when you're a listener, you're just, do you like it or not? End of.
Do I like it or not?
Do I like it? Full stop.
Would I play this track on date night? Would I play it out with friends? Would I play it while I'm working, or whatever the case may be? So with this track, for me, I like the emotions in it. I like the production's awesome. Just throwing that out there, like some really cool sounds and effects used in that, really beautifully mixed. I think taking everything into account, including the cover, I'm probably going to give this a 3.5.
Okay.
Reason being, because I love the idea of the shop front. I've said this before, though, because it's such a busy cover art, which I like in terms of in a CD or in a vinyl or something like that, but on a digital store where they're going to shrink it down to a tiny thumbnail, you're not going to see all of the cool details necessarily. And so for that reason, I have to slightly cut a point.
Sure.
Only for that reason. But the track's fire.
The track is fire. And the album is fire as well. I think that even though I agree with what you just said, I do think that the artwork ties with the CD release. That's the kind of place I would go back in the day. I can imagine buying a CD. I still
go to places like that now.
But I can imagine going there, buying a CD and putting it in my old CD Walkman and then walking home and listening to it or whatever. So I think I like that connection between the artwork and that. So I think it works really well. I'm going to go.
I agree. It's just because there's so much detail, though. That's what I mean. Like you would miss that.
Valid. Your point's valid.
You would miss that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go 4 again. I've heard it is 4. But for me it was, the first 3 tracks have all been really strong, and in terms of enjoyment, I've enjoyed them all equally, so I think I stay the same.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the rest of the show stays on that good level.
Probably
it doesn't drop off. I say that, guys, for those of you listening, because I try not to listen to any of the tracks before each show, apart from the ones I submit. I like to be equally surprised as you all are. So I don't know what we're about to listen to next.
Right. Well, Maya, I've got a question for you. Right?
Oh, no. Dad
what do you need to save 2 of every animal?
Noah's Ark, I would say.
Noah's
but anyway.
Ark, yeah. Good answer. Yeah, I know a guy.
I was going to say it's Sunday. You're asking me as a Christian. You know, I'm going to say Noah's Ark. Right?
Yeah, no, you got the answer right. I was hoping you were just going to say Ark so that you wouldn't say the Noah bit again, but there you go.
Well.
Right, we're an hour through the show. You are listening to Spectrum on Air. We are live on Mixcloud, and we're also live over there on YouTube, Retro Reverb Records YouTube. Please drop a like and a comment in YouTube, and, you know, we're happy to read what you are writing here in the descriptions as well, and I am paying attention to them as we speak. Right, thank you all for being here. Next, let's get rid of that. You wanted an instrumental, didn't you?
I think just to break things up, just so that we don't have all the vocal tracks together and all the instrumental tracks together. Should we do a retro synth release? Okay, should we go with Skylane Drive?
Yes.
Let's go with Skylane Drive.
Skylane Drive. Just give me a second, please. I will
I'm
get
I'm going to take myself down.
Can I do the artwork?
Yeah, Cole's like, I want to do it.
I like. You can do the other bits. I like this.
That's fine.
I like this artwork.
I'm going to take my camera down so that our viewers on YouTube and Mixcloud can see the cover art.
Yeah, when I get it up, bang, there it is. I'm going to leave my head there for the moment. I can't be bothered to take my head off. Right, okay. So we'll start with the artwork. What I can see, it's like prisms, isn't it? It looks like there's little discs of something floating in the blackness. They could be like round glass or balls or mirror discs or something like that. And there's prisms of light sort of shining through them and reflecting off in all kind of crazy angles. There's a green, there's a red, there's like a neon blue. Underneath it, though, it looks like there's something on a table. I can't quite make that out. I don't know where they got that artwork from. I don't know if it's AI or not, or what it actually is meant to be. I'd love to be able to ask them. In the bottom, you can see Skylane Drive, just in sort of white, but it's like got a neon glow to the white. And then on the bottom left, there's laser dust. So obviously those are laser beams firing from somewhere into something. But that is, for me, bloody
very striking. Very striking.
Yeah, I really like that.
It kind of gives me like nightclub lights. You know, when you're in the club and you see like when the lights start to rotate and they fire sort of strobes and beams, and it's kind of giving me that. But I get what you mean about the sort of glass orbs, and maybe those lights are being sort of shone off those and in reflection. I can't make up what I'm looking at, but it's cool.
It's very cool. The question is it going to match the sound?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I mean, the track doesn't have a description.
No.
It does have a lot of strong support of a few of our friends I can see. There's Memory Design, Bending Grid, Perfect Female Type, to name a few who've supported this one. The tags are Chillwave, Electronic, Outrun, Synthwave, Dreamwave, and New Jersey.
Yep. The bio reads, Skyline Drive is an independent synthwave. Oh, it's just one person. Synthwave producer hailing from Greater New York City metropolitan area. I didn't realize there's a Greater New York.
He's actually really cool. I've spoken to him. I've had lengthy conversation with him. Great guy.
Cool.
Great guy.
The first thing I've heard of him. So to support this, you can go to skylanedrive.bandcamp.com. That's spelled SKYLANEDRIVE. Anything else to add? Tags? What we got?
I've read them.
All right.
Let's play it.
Let's play it. Here we go. And we are back in the house. I'm here with Mike Amara. My name's Cybertronics. This is episode 60 of the Bandcamp Hour. Your place, your home for all of your synthwave needs. So there we go. We had an instrumental there from Skyline Drive. Let's start with you, Mai. Your thoughts, your feelings, your interpretations. Tell us.
What are all the categories again?
Emotion and emotion and
emotion
and atmosphere. Friend. Emotion and atmosphere.
I was going to say you changed them, so I have to ask you. Okay, emotion and atmosphere. I can't say I felt anything emotionally. I wasn't pulled in any direction.
No, nor was I, but there was definitely atmosphere.
There was atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what laser dust is supposed to sound like, so I can't say whether the title and artwork matched the sound, but I like what I heard. It definitely has a sort of dream wavy, spacey kind of feel to it. Nicely produced. Well, it's well structured. It flows here and there. It's not stagnant in any way.
No.
Very well produced. There was no cloudiness. There was no muddiness. Everything came through crisp and clear. So as
Even
far
there was some panning effects, I think, as well, and it still it still sounded good.
So as far as originality and uniqueness and emotions and everything else, this might be another 3.5 out of 5 for me.
Okay. I think that would be, if someone was to say to me, like, to ask me to give them some examples of maybe what synthwave sounded like, I think that would be quite a good example. I think you could play that and give people quite a good idea.
I agree. That's got classic synthwave elements to it.
Yeah, it's got, and it is dreamwave, chillwave. I think the artwork and the visual, like, identity of the track, link with the track, I think it works well in that way. I thought there was a nice connection between the two. I agree with the structure and flow. It flowed nicely, and for a space wave or chill wave track, it didn't just plod on.
Yeah, it's nice that it had a bit of pulse and a bit of energy, because a lot of those songs are very sort of breathy and airy, and they don't have much of a drum pattern to them.
Yeah.
So I
and
like
he doubled
that
up on. He did this thing where he doubled up on. I think it was the kick, and I quite like that. It sort of went had a sort of double kick, which sounded quite good. I agree with you, though. I think it has to lose at least half a point for emotion, and probably, and it's a bit harsh, but for originality, even though I think it's a really good
that's those are the two that kind of made me slightly dip in my points, because it's classic synthwave, and I like it, but there wasn't anything that grabbed me as if to say, "Oh, what's that?" Like, there wasn't anything really striking for me. Yeah. But I like the track a lot, which is why I submitted it. Well, it's why we both submitted it this week.
Yeah, actually, we both did. I definitely listened to it. I think it's a really strong release. But I'm with you. I'm going to go 3.5 as well. So that gives it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. It's also an instrumental, and sometimes there is that thing with synthwave and instrumentals. It can be a little bit difficult to stand out with instrumentals in the synthwave scene, especially with such a classic sort of synthwave sound and style.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really a criticism. It's actually a very good version of that sort of music.
Yes, so, I agree. Yeah. I agree.
Cool. Right. What is long, hard, and full of semen?
Oh my gosh. Firstly, a ship. I'm not falling into that trap.
A submarine.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I might be tired, but no.
I'm on Viagra.
I was going to say Viagra.
I'm all over the place.
Sexual today. What's the matter with you, friend?
I don't know. No, I found a new TikToker who does like dad jokes.
I was going to say, have I got to talk to your wife and be like,
I don't make these up. I don't make these up. You can talk to my wife, man. Always.
And then I was going to give you a simple one, like, what's Forrest Gump's password?
Run, Forrest, one. One, Forrest, one.
Yeah. One, Forrest, one.
If you can't say your R's, yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we are an hour and 10 minutes into the show. We are ticking along nicely. We've had some dad jokes. We've got some good people in the chat, and we've had 4 really strong tracks so far. Because we're all about the music, let's go over to our next track.
Let's do that. Who's next?
Do we have anything to talk about today? I think, didn't we have some shout outs or something? Like we did the album. There was an album I wanted to shout out, but we're probably not going to play it.
Oh, well, then maybe don't unless we can play it, because that's kind of shady.
No, because we had too much music, but I thought this is a good album, so it would be nice just to at least mention it.
Oh, well, whose album was it?
Is it? Can you go to the little Google spreadsheet with all the tracks on this?
I can.
In the underneath extra, and then there's a little comment, and then open it up and just say, "This album's good. Go and listen to it." That's basically what I want to do. I want to tell people that it's good without playing it.
Okay, then.
I'm only doing that. I'm going to think about what's next.
So, the album is Astral Portis by Doug Masters.
There we go. And it's nice. It's nice. It's also It's also sort of chill space wave, but it's a good. I had a listen through. It's a really good, solid.
It literally just dropped. As 11 track album. I haven't heard this, but I'm echoing. I haven't heard this. I like the cover art though. Very striking.
Yeah.
Very striking. It's very sort of Egyptian sand dunes with crystals in a portal to somewhere.
Talking about sand, that's going to be our next track, which is House on the Sand.
Oh, see, I'm segueing across and I didn't even realise it.
Thank you. We are flowing.
There we go. We're so in tune.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do a shout out to Nick Rickson as well, who we did mention last week, who has joined the label, but he has put his whole back catalogue on Retro Reverb Records, so you can go and check that out there. His last release was
Belladonna.
Belladonna. See, thank you. I was going to start speaking Italian. You know, Nick speaks quite good Italian. Did you know that?
Yeah, he speaks fluent Italian. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Italian family. He can also cook a lot of classic Italian recipes too.
Yeah.
Our Nick's very talented.
Yes, very bright. Very bright lad. Right.
And side note, he wrote and produced my last single, just saying.
Yeah, you said. Anyway, lots of good tracks there. Go and check them out. Go and find them on our Bandcamp page and give Nick some love. I'm sure he would massively.
He'd appreciate that, yeah.
Right, next up, House on the Sand by The Cost of Life. Quite cool.
Oh, okay.
This I like this. I think it is. Do you think it's AI? No, I don't think it's AI.
Yeah, I do.
Do you? I think it's a bit good. I think it's a bit good for AI.
If it's AI, I think it might be an AI cover. If it is, it's a strong one, or it's one that they've modified. But it could also be a render. So I'm not sure. It's definitely a digitized
I lean towards
image.
render. It just doesn't give me. It just is a bit good.
Doesn't give you that classic McJourney hue that you get on all the artwork.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It is very crisp, which is why probably you think it might be.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you throw it up for our YouTube,
yeah, of course, yeah.
And
I'll do that.
Our Mixcloud people, I'll take my camera down so they can see it.
Right, you describe it. Go on.
Right. So this particular cover art, it is a really. Well, it looks like a cool abandoned warehouse / nightclub / apartment complex off the side of the sea. It almost it looks completely abandoned in like a city metropolis by the sea sort of vibe. I would say it's set at almost like a dusk, so very sort of greenish dark sort of sunset. There's a pretty cool car parked on the sand with the lights on. And yeah, lots of pink neon lights beaming from the building, beaming from the car. And yeah, it's called House on the Sand. So I don't know about that being a house. That's a mansion, if anything, or that's a block of flats, if anything. But yes, it's definitely a cool artwork.
I really like the name, The Cost of Life.
It's a cool name, and the fact that the S is a $sign, it plays to that cost.
Now, I like this artwork, so don't get me wrong, but if I was somebody else whispering in my ear, I might say that there's 3 different colours on the fonts.
Which fonts?
So you've got House on the Sand in yellow. And that's
the album title or the single title.
Then you've got The Cost in sort of neon green.
And Of Life in white.
In white, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I like it though.
In most cases, that might seem quite busy, but I actually think it works in this case because the cost of life being white and green is reminiscent of the American dollar, which is kind of cool. I see what they've done there. And House on the Sand, they've done it almost like a sandy beige tone. So it does tie in with the image and the names. So I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at it. And also in the banner, the Cost of Life is the same. So that's obviously their logo.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So they've got to kind of be consistent with that. I'll just read the bio. It's quite short. The Cost of Life is a retro synth pop musical artist from continental Colorado, mixing elements of nostalgia with contemporary sounds. Is there a description or just the lyrics?
Just the lyrics, but the tags read pop, electro pop, new wave, retro wave, synth pop, synth wave, and centennial. And I have to say, I like the Bandcamp page. It's definitely not your bog standard Bandcamp page.
No, it's super cool. It's kind of cyberpunk dystopian.
Kind of cyberpunk, yeah, sci-fi. So kind of cool. I've not heard the track, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I also like in the bottom here, it says, if you like this, you'll like these people. Brunswick, Jamie Page, True, Discovery Zone.
Emily's Telegraphic Transmission Device and Douglas.
Yeah, never heard of any of those.
Me neither.
This takes as well. So actually, who submitted this? You or me?
You.
Oh, okay, excellent. Right. To support it, I can't remember what it sounds like at all. To support it, it is thecostoflife.bandcamp.com. That's THECOSTOFLIFE. We're going to play it for you now, and let's see what the people in the chat think.
Oh.
In fear of the unknown, he walked in shadows never shown, echoes in the night, haunting thoughts entwined, the ghosts of years past, all undefined. Can't understand why all the time that passed him by now is gone in a house left on the sand. It's too late. Of his passions not pursued, the safer things in life kept his heart and love subdued. Now he's never gonna know how far he could have gone. Always scared to take a chance, like his father always warned. You can throw it all away around the comforts of this world. What will you say to this world?
Welcome back, people. Oh, we got a little bit of echo going on there. How annoying. Although it's gone almost immediately. I think it's been smoother. Apparently, they boosted the internet signals to try and get rid of some of the technical problems. So I think it's working quite well. So thanks, Spectrum. We appreciate all your effort and love.
We do.
We do. All right. What was I saying? You're listening to the Bandcamp Hour. This is episode 60. We play synthwave. We play cyberpunk. We play pop. We play chill wave. We play dream wave. We play retro wave. We play new wave. We play dark wave. We play all of the waves. We like to wave. Wave, Maya. Right,
we're all about those waves.
We love the waves, and we're here to support you, the scene, and the artists. And we're sending out all of our love to you, and love to everyone in the chat. And also, shout goes out to anyone there. A couple of people over there watching it on YouTube. First real time that it's gone out there, so we'll build the audience there, and we'll also be building it on TikTok to help support the artists and get them heard. Right, what did you think of that one, Maya? What were your thoughts? What were your feelings?
I thought if you're into the rockier side of things, that'll be up your alley. I wasn't in love with the track. I liked it, but I'm not. I feel like it's one of those songs you kind of have to be in the mood for.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you could just put it on at any time of day and it would work. I think it's more of a nighttime track.
Is there any song that you can put on at any time of the day?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
First thing in the morning and right before you go to bed? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Some songs are just as good for traveling and making babies with and vibing with and having dinner to and all of it. Yes.
Making babies with. We're back. She's lowered the tone as well.
I have.
Right. Okay. Let me start with some positives then.
Yeah. Go on.
Or not start, but add some positives. So I liked his the vocal performance. I thought he had a nice timbre quality to his voice. I will caveat that by saying that I felt there was the possibility to make it more catchy vocally.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
it didn't quite catch me in the chorus vocally, and I was hoping he was gonna soar a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably what was lacking for me. I felt like there was space for a lot more dynamism.
Yeah,
vocally.
No, I agree with that. Assessment. I thought vocally he's got a really nice voice. I thought it was well produced. I thought the structure was good, lacking the catchy element in the crucial parts, especially in the middle. I thought there was a little bit in the middle where it was kind of a bridge, and I was thinking I'll go on, kick on in the second part, and it didn't. But emotionally, I think because it loses a point emotionally because it didn't have that catchy vocal hook. Atmospheric, it was fine. I'm going to throw a 3.5 at it. I don't know what you think.
I think I'll probably give it a 3.
Is that because it takes it up to a 6.5?
Yeah. I'll give it a 3.
No, still well above average. Anyway, I like that. I'd be interested to see what else he's done. I haven't listened to anything else, or if he's got stuff coming up. He's certainly caught my attention. Hopefully, some of the feedback might be helpful, because I think he's tried to almost like soften down the rock side of it. And I think if he embraced that rock side a little bit more, it might have been a bit.
Yeah, I think that's what's bugging me. I feel like if you're gonna go rocky, go there. Like, commit to it fully. Now, I'm not saying go metal and start screaming up the track, but when you've got a song that has a driving guitar, you have space to belt a bit and to just show your range vocally. I think that probably would have given him an extra half a point to a point for me if he'd have just gone there vocally. I say this as a vocalist, so yeah.
But listen, and it's easy just to sort of finish on this, but I did like the track.
I did too.
I thought it was
That's
good.
why I gave it. Look, I did too. That's why I gave it a 3, because I thought, we're only ranking out of 5.
Remember,
so it's above average.
Remember, people, 2.5 would be average for one of us.
Yeah. So just so you know, it's not 3 out of 10. It's 3 out of 5. It's a 5-star ranking that we're basing everything on. For those of you who are tuned in.
Yeah. Okay, we still got a few more Bandcamp tunes, and I feel obliged to go with those.
I agree.
First, rather than the.
I agree. Let's go with them first.
They are quite interesting, the other ones. Okay, let's go with L'Avenue. Okay.
L'Avenue, Jesse.
Yes, right.
Love him.
You did the last artwork. I'll do this one. Okay. Right. Cool. Oh, change the picture, Cole. Change the picture.
I'll take myself down so
it's that it's got a samurai dude, hasn't it? Like
but it's different. It's like cyberpunk samurai.
That's right. I might have to turn myself off for a second.
Yeah, you're in the way.
So people can see. It is like cyberpunk samurai. So it's like traditional Japanese soldier garb. I don't like back in the sort of 1700s with the helmet and all of that stuff.
Yeah, he's got full armor on, hasn't he?
Yeah, full armor, but the mask that he's wearing is kind of like got snarly teeth at the front, making it look super aggressive.
Yeah, almost like an evil smile.
Yeah, the color tones are sort of mostly purple and black, but on the chest plate of the warrior, there's like a sort of neon blue, evil magic power type color. Like there's some kind of sorcerer or something wielding some energy ball, and he's snarling at him. On the side, I like it's just Japanese writing, I'm assuming. I don't know what it says, but I think it's well placed. I like the color. I think it fits the artwork, and then above there is the logo of L'Avenue. It's cool. I like it. Anything to add?
Yeah, I would just say L'Avenue, all of their artwork is super unique. Well, no one else has their aesthetic. It's a very strong aesthetic, and I love that about Jesse. His artwork is fire, and his music is fire. I haven't even heard this track, and I know I'm gonna like it because I like everything they've done.
He obviously likes purple a lot.
Yeah, it's like purple and pink is like his signature colors.
Anyway.
But yeah, really strong artwork. It seems like his latest stuff. He's got a very strong theme. It's almost like there's a central figure for each thing, and then there's the Japanese text alongside.
Do you remember the last one we played though? Wasn't it like arcade or something?
Yeah.
There's David Rottenberger says, epic and masterfully created track is one of L'Avenue's finest. The next level of quality and production has been achieved.
And it's been supported by some very familiar faces. You've got Glenn Jones, you've got Jules Fawkes. Looking forward to hearing this. The tags are electronic, chill synth, dreamwave, new retrowave, synthwave, and United Kingdom.
And I think I might have just buggered up. Hold on 1 second. Can I go back? No, I can. Excellent. Are we all here? Can we all?
Yeah, we're all good.
All right. Okay.
We should say the song's called Shogun. We didn't say that before.
Shogun Assassin. If anyone's it's a book. It's an awesome book. They made it into a TV series. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite books. Really, really, really very good. I recommend going to read it. Right, to support this, go to lavenue.bandcamp.com. That's LAVENUE.bandcamp.com. Here we go. Yo, 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 yo. You're listening to episode 60 of the Bandcamp Hour. I'm here with the lovely Maya Kamara. My name is Cybertronics. Right, so talking about like the soldier in that picture. So I was talking with, well, more like I was arguing with my wife the other night about what you call a medieval soldier. Anyway, it was getting late, so we just called it a night.
Oh, you nearly made me swear then. Ooh! You nearly made me swear. Oh, gosh.
Let me just give a
for the bad dad joke.
Let me give a shout out to Craig Batman, who is in the chat, and James, I am Milan. Craig, I scored a hat trick on Friday night. You'll be glad to know. An assist for the winner. He liked that one. I can see. Ha ha ha. Right. Okay.
I wonder if he's laughing at the joke or my reaction to it.
It's got to be the joke, surely. Come on.
No.
All right. Would you like to start on that one, or shall I?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The soldier element is throwing me on this track. It seems a bit too peaceful for that type of vibes, but I definitely got that kind of Asian ethnic feel. He's chosen some really cool instruments there. What I love about his production is that it's classic synthwave with a twist. It's not predictable. Every song has a slight edge on it. It definitely does take you somewhere emotionally. It's got a lot of dynamics. I think that would be greatly used in like a movie score somewhere, like as part of like a, almost like a Asian sci-fi type film. I could definitely hear that kind of production in film. Beautifully produced, great choice of sounds, strong artwork. Overall, I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5 stars.
Right. I agree with you. Really strong production, well produced. I liked the sounds. I agree. It's a good use of sounds, and it could be in a score. You're right. It is very professionally done. Emotionally, I don't agree with you. It didn't really take me anywhere emotionally. In fact, of all the songs that we've played tonight, that was the one that took me the least.
Really? Even more than the last one?
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
For me. It was very ambient, very calm. I'm not really sure the artwork went with the sound that much, if you ask.
That's the thing. For me, it did with the Asian aesthetic, but it's the soldier that's throwing me. Like, that makes me want to sit on a catamaran in the sea chilling somewhere.
It was definitely, it was definitely chill room vibes, wasn't it? Like after party vibes or something. But yeah, it didn't catch me. That's not one of my favorite tracks by Jesse, I'll have to be honest. So I'm gonna go 3 out of 10 for that one.
So that's 7 out of 10. That's not bad though.
Yep. I will say this, that ambient stuff does tend to score slightly lower with me personally anyway.
Yeah, because you're all about the dark and gritty.
Yeah, we haven't had anything flipping dark today. So
what we could do, I mean, it looks
let's
like
do it.
It looks like that. I mean, I'm assuming by the cover art that Walter Alienson one might be on that level.
No, we're going to go to Outrunner Blackout.
Oh, well, there you go. That's another one that's likely to be dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting artwork. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up for the viewers or the listeners.
Okay.
The viewers and listeners, they technically could be doing both. I'll get my ugly mug off the screen. There we go.
Should I kick this one off?
Please do.
Right. So this artwork, it is really interesting. It looks like it started as a photo and it's had a lot of really interesting effects on it. So there's a dude that looks almost hand-drawn from a photo, and it looks like his eyes have been gouged out. There's like blood splatters flying out of his eyeballs and you can't see his irises or his pupils. It's just red gunk blood coming out of his eyes,
glowing,
neon blood that's glowing, which is really cool. And he's in what looks like a bomber jacket, and there's sort of pink and purple light shining, pink and purple light backlit behind him, and he's facing a slightly darker hue. I gotta say, there's so much detail on the hair and on his beard. Like, there's no way this is AI. This is proper. This is a proper, like, hand-drawn image, and it's really strong. I'm assuming it's called Blackout because he's blinded.
Well, actually, if I read the description, it might shed some light on the artwork.
Oh, okay.
Blackout is a very special song for me, as I suffered an accident a while ago, and it's a flashback to what happened. It has a dreamy, spacey, and inspiring vibe, blending nostalgic 80s vibe with melodic guitars, creating a chill yet epic synthwave track.
And just to sort of touch on that, for those of you who don't know, he had quite a dangerous situation where he blacked out and fell on his face and had to have all kinds of surgery and stuff. And the health insurance was not going to cover it. So loads of the synth scene rallied together and put together this immense album of 58 songs called Outrun the Sun, by the Synthwave fam, and all the proceeds went to him to basically pay for that surgery. I would recommend checking that album out because it's absolute fire. Everyone's tracks are awesome on it, just as a side note.
Cool. Outrunner is an independent music producer, musician, and songwriter who combines elements of synthwave rock, ambient, and cyberpunk to create a distinctive retro yet modern melodic and emotive-driven sound. Whether you're a fan of the epic glimmer-style guitar solos, synth-heavy instrumentals, or just looking for music to relax or escape, Outrunner has something for you. You can support this by going to Outrunner's got a hyphen between out and runner .bandcamp.com. And what are the tags, please, Maya?
The tags are electronic, retrowave, synthwave, chillwave, retrowave, synthwave 80s, and California.
Right, here we go. Let's listen to this track. Yo, people! I can't shout that. It cuts the mic out. Apparently.
It does, yeah.
Really annoying because that's like my thing. And now I'm not even allowed to do that. I'm just going to
You can. You just have to go, yo!
have to go, yo, people. It sounds really posh.
Yo, people! You can put a cartoon voice on it.
Right, okay.
So, what's your thoughts?
Where are we? My thoughts were, I liked it. Those are my thoughts, and I'm giving it 4. Done.
Okay.
No. I really like the guitar. I like the way it came in. I thought the guitar was fire. I thought it was excellent. I really liked it's kind of got those soft synths and all of those sort of atmospheric, sort of airy sounds. It was really well structured and put together. Like all of the stuff I've heard from him, actually, it kind of leads somewhere like a story. Because it was sort of dreamy. It didn't create like a huge amount of emotion. But it created enough. It created create a dream effect, like a little bit like you're lost. And I told you about the problem I had with my eyes the other day, didn't I? Where I thought it might,
yes, yeah,
might be retina damage. Anyway, they put these drops in my eyes, and what they do is open the pupils, and they dilate, but they can't contract afterwards. And what happened was everything went super blurry, and I had this like. You know, when you look at a light sometimes and you can see the blur around a street light at night?
Yeah.
But really, really strong. So my eyes were really super sensitive. And the only place I could kind of see was right in the center of my vision. And it reminded me of like a dream effect, like visually. It's kind of like, it was like kind of being blind, but it had this weird, dreamy, spacey, trippy feeling to it for about 4 hours. And that track reminds me of that feeling that I had when I couldn't see.
It definitely has the emotional factor for you then.
Well, it's more memory. I'm not sure if it's emotion. It didn't like, that's not it's a dream and emotion. I don't know. Dreamy.
No, but it's, it's transported you. It's taken you on a journey.
Yeah,
somewhere.
It's taken me somewhere. And I like the artwork. I think it goes with the music. I think that's a very good piece of artwork promotionally as well, so it's easy to promote him. A really solid good track for me, even though it's not my favorite sort of genre of synthwave. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the 4. I'm gonna stick with a 4 there.
Yeah, for me, one thing I love about Outrunner's music is that he does with his guitar what vocalists do with their voices. He's very expressive with his guitar playing. It's like his signature thing from what I can see. And although he's done his production, he's really saying something with the guitar. And I can only imagine he went through some really hard times recently. And you can hear it like in that song, even though there's no lyrics involved, you can hear it. I think it's a very strong piece.
I think sometimes as well, guitarists have a tendency to overdo guitars a little bit.
Yeah.
There was the right amount of guitar in that track.
Right, and it's almost in a way that some singers do too many acrobats sometimes. It's like sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
And what I did find interesting is that the artwork, on the face of it, you think it's quite dark because of the image of the guy, but the pinks and purples do take it more into that chill wave. It's more melancholy than dark. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. Yeah,
a 10. All right, just because of the time, I'm gonna just move on there. So we're gonna go to that Walter track that we were talking about earlier on, which is.
Because you want something real gritty, don't you, Carl?
I don't think it's that. I think
I'm not sure. I've not heard it, but
I think we might have to accept, or I might have to accept that there's not going to be anything dark this week. But we've had a really strong selection of tracks, even though
we've had some great tracks this week. Yeah.
This one's called ELTWD. The artwork is basically an alien. I'll get it up. I'll let you describe it.
Yeah, but okay. So, yeah, it's an alien, but it's okay. Did you ever have those like toys that were full of needles that you put your hand in or whatever and it molds.
Oh, those pin toys.
Yeah, it's a bit like an alien face out of that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you kept your shape, didn't you? You put your hand in it and it keeps.
Yeah, and it would etch round it, and it's like, you know, yeah, it's like if an alien shoved his face in one of those. This is what you'd get, and blackened eyes, so it looks like an evil alien.
Yeah, oval black eyes, bit like a bird, I guess.
Yeah. Title. It's got his title, Walter Alienson, in almost like a hand scripted font, and then ELTWD in transparent bold lettering. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. I'm not, to be honest, the only music I've heard of his is that remix we heard earlier for OAG, so I'm not familiar with his sound at all.
Yeah, I'm going to also say, I'm just trying to find out, there's quite a long description.
There is, yeah.
The release of ELTWD, the first single from, what does it mean? More than just a track. It doesn't say what ELTWD stands for.
No, it doesn't actually, which you would think it would have a bit of a... yeah, if you're going to have an acronym, what does it mean? But just quickly skim reading through the text, it says, with dark, distorted synths, atmospheric textures, and a gripping narrative woven through voiceover samples, ELTWD brings to life the intense and mysterious integration conducted by the Advanced Phenomena Investigating Unit, APIU. And then it says...
Something
says the song
investigation unit, alien, I don't know.
Maybe. It says the song recreates the chilling atmosphere of Walter's capture as government officials seek to extract the secrets of his advanced technology that revolves around frequencies and sounds.
Okay. Right.
So that's a snippet of the bio.
Yeah. Right. To support this, go to Walter Alienson. That's WALTERALIENSON.bandcamp.com. Let's play this before we run out of time.
Let's do it.
Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future.
Designation. Origins. State your mission here. What brings you? What brings you here? Designation. Origins. State your mission here. What brings you? What brings you here?
Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future.
Let's not fight or lie. Are you a weapon? Are you a threat? Technology, a double-edged sword. Your eulogies to tomorrow's wars. Let's not fight or lie. Are you a weapon? Are you a threat? Technology, a double-edged sword. Your eulogies to tomorrow's wars.
Every little thing we do can erase the past and affect the future. Every little thing we
affect the future.
Okay, so that was Every Little Thing We Do. That's what obviously it stands for.
Yeah.
So we're about to finish up. Just before we finish up, I want to do. We haven't got to every single track in the list, and I'm going to do a late version of the Friday night Bandcamp review show and just put some of the tracks that we've missed on there. So if you want to go over and check that out on the YouTube channel later on, people, it will probably be available. So tell me, what did you think of that one?
Very Daft Punk vibes.
Yeah.
I like it. My only thing, I think that chorus line, that every little thing we do,
annoying.
It's a bit repetitive. That made it annoying, I think.
Yeah.
I think
totally
it needed.
agree.
I don't think it needed to come in as often as it did.
No, just a little bit less and it would have been all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But Daft Punk, sort of dancey vibes. I liked everything else about the track though.
Yeah, no, a great production. And again, he would definitely get points on originality and uniqueness.
Yeah.
I would give him points for that. My only thing is, if you're going to use a vocal chop like that, I'd say half the amount of times that you use it, make it more of a standout feature, and that will really, really lend itself to the track.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Maya. Let's. So I'm going to give that 3.5.
3.5 for me. Yeah.
7 out of 10. All right. Okay. As usual, thanks for all your submissions. They make the show. We're really happy to accept them. You can you can. Maya takes submissions. You got a playlist. Go to a social media place and you can find them. It's Maya Kamara. You can message her and you can go over to Groover and submit to me and daily playlists as well, and also find us via email. This is the Bandcamp Hour. I'm here with Maya Kamara. My name is Cybertronics. I'm the owner of Retro Reverb Records. This show is brought to you by Spectrum On Air and Retro Synth Radio. Big shout goes out to Retro Synth. We're going to finish off with Maya's track as the outro track. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Peace.
Peace.
Search my